BMW's newest Hollywood car gets a sporting variant that still loves the city. Lisbon, Portugal. The i3 has been somewhat polarizing since its debut, with big-wheeled, fantastical mobility pod styling and a full-on luxury spec price tag, not exactly jiving with technology placement somewhere between a Chevy Volt and a Tesla Model 3. The whole i3 model line will be better this year than before, because all trims, ICE included, get the once optional 33.2 kilowatt-hour, lithium-ion battery pack. With the new BMW i3s, unapologetically aimed at a more sportive audience, the slice would seem to get smaller, but the bite more delicious. Before we get to the driving pleasure portion, let me say that the whole i3 model line will be better this year than before, because all trims, ICE included, get the once optional 33.2 kilowatt-hour, lithium-ion battery pack. That bump means the non-range extended i3 will have a range of about 124 miles, the version with the 650cc two-cylinder gas engine and tiny gas tank gets a range of over 186 miles, meanwhile. Both more than enough to deal with even LA spec commuting. BMW specs 80% charge times that range from under 40 minutes, on 50 kW DC fast charging, to 11 hours, on a standard 240V hookup, depending on setup. The company's preferred situation would be to install the iCharging station in your home, which can deliver 90 miles of range in under 3 hours, 11 kilowatt, 16 amps. Pretty good. Don't mistake that last bit, the 175mm front and 195mm rear rubber on 20-inch rolling stock is still skinner than Larry in a new pair of pants. The suspension in the i3s has been optimized for a little bit of hooliganism, but it's good to know it hasn't become bone-crushingly stiff in the process. That gap-shooting torque is exactly what the situation calls for, in the very unique drive BMW arranged for me in Lisbon. Rather than head out of town and towards winding roads, a la most programs of this nature, the route planners doubled down on the insanity that is driving in a 1,200-year-old city. With pedestrians wandering around, and locals parked half in the street and half on the sidewalk, anything much wider than the i3's 69.9 inches would have gotten waylaid half a dozen times, or more. With the added advantages of huge space and lots of light, this remains one of my favorite car interior experience, in the BMW portfolio and anywhere else. BMW has also included a traction setting for the multi-mode traction control, which allows the i3s to get slightly more playful than the standard version. Frankly, on the road drive portion of this event, I wasn't cornering with a lot of opposite lock to test out just how loose she'll get. But the organizers were kind enough to set up a short autocross course to demonstrate the system, along with overall nippiness, so I can report that one can indeed wag the i3's tail. The i3 starts at $47,650 before options or rebates compared to $44,450 for the base i3 and rises from there. The range extender option makes the bottom line jump to $51,500 for the i3s. There are going to be more Larry Davids than i3s buyers, I'll warrant. More folks will love the basic EV premise than will probably require the uptick in sportiness that the i3s adds.